Why does it seem like you've been lazing around in bed most of the time lately, doing nothing? Do you have a tendency to get fatigued easily and lack motivation? Do you consider this kind of behavior to be nothing more than simple laziness? Laziness and burnout actually share a lot of characteristics, which can make it challenging to tell them apart. Burnout is a state of unrelenting stress and an inability to handle it that results in emotional, bodily, and mental tiredness. And as of 2010, a survey found that over 40% of adults in the United States alone had more severe burnout symptoms, accounting for over 75% of all instances. More than ever, it is essential to educate people about burnout and help them better understand its causes. Following that, here are 5 warning indications that what you are currently feeling is burnout rather than laziness. Number 1. You used to be passionate. The distinction between someone who is burnt out and someone who is lazy can be seen in the former's struggle to maintain interest in or enjoyment from prior passions. Burnout can make it difficult for you to continue doing the things you formerly loved or were enthusiastic about, regardless of whether it is a talent, a sport, or just your academic or professional performance in general. Because of how much you strained yourself and pushed yourself to the breaking point because of it, you can even grow to detest or resent it. Number 2. You become moody and irritable. Do you find yourself becoming irritable and snappy all of a sudden? Do you frequently experience uncontrollable emotions these days and not understand why? Common yet sometimes disregarded symptoms of burnout include depression and irritation. Therefore, if you suddenly find it difficult to manage your emotions, especially if it has never been an issue for you before, this may be the cause. The opposite of this is true of lazy people, who are frequently unfazed, calm, relaxed, and unaffected by events. Number 3. You've neglected your self-care. One of the most upsetting warning signs that a person may be emotionally and physically exhausted is when they start to neglect their own needs and socially isolate themselves. Your eating and/or sleeping habits have changed in a worrying way. You stop putting in an effort to maintain your appearance or groom yourself, and you have a tendency to spend the most of your time alone doing nothing. The key distinction between being lazy and being burnt out is that you weren't always this way. Number 4. You feel disconnected from everything. Are you living your life on autopilot, going through the motions? Is there a lingering sense of being cut off from your true self? Depersonalization is a burnout symptom that you might be going through without realizing it or understanding it. The majority of people who struggle with trauma and experience depersonalization describe a peculiar emotional numbness or emptiness, as if they were looking in on life from somewhere other than themselves. They no longer feel like themselves. Nothing seems to be holding their attention. Additionally, they battle an overwhelming sense of helplessness and an inability to regain control of their lives on a daily basis. Number 5. You used to be motivated. Laziness is a personality quality. Character qualities also have a tendency to hold steady throughout time. A person who is lazy never feels like working hard or devoting oneself. However, if you were once highly motivated and successful, frequently excelling in particular areas, and have only recently started to feel worn out, apathetic, and unmotivated, it's more likely that you are experiencing burnout than laziness, as most people would assume. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on future videos.